If your B2B business is struggling to get real results and real revenue from your LinkedIn advertising, then watch this video because I'll be going through 11 proven strategies to improve your LinkedIn advertising campaigns. First tip is job role targeting. Okay, you really need to get into the weeds and deep into job role targeting. Too often businesses ignore this and don't do the due diligence of actually getting into the exact job roles, the exact job titles that obviously LinkedIn has, because it has that data on their platform, and using that to its best capabilities in your LinkedIn advertising campaigns. Not only that, but make the creatives and the ads that you're actually serving these people super specific to those job roles. There is no point in spending your precious marketing budget and running campaigns that don't reach the right people and spending money on irrelevant job functions and job titles that aren't the people you want to speak to anyway, even if you're targeting the right companies. This is really the key USP for B2B companies and why LinkedIn ads can be so useful for you. So don't skimp on it, don't ignore it. This would be one really key step to improving your results, is go granular with the job titles that you are targeting. And that includes the people you're including in the job titles and also the ones you're excluding. And this is the advantage LinkedIn has over other advertising platforms for specific business to business campaigns. It's this specificity and making sure you're showing content to the people who you know are your dream target audience and the buyers of your product or service, whilst they're pretending to look busy and scrolling through LinkedIn. Tip number 2 is to use video adverts. You can communicate so much more, even in 30 to 60 second videos, than you can with often companies using boring, stale stock imagery. And if you show your face and you show yourself or some of your team members on the video, you can gain so much more trust, recognition, and awareness in your market. And people are automatically going to engage and bond and be more familiar with your product and connect with you more if they can see a real person talking. Even just basic levels of recognition, maybe sometime they might see you at a conference soon, or when you pitch up into their inbox with an email to chase them on a phone call. They're going to be more likely to know who you are, and you're more likely to engage in a conversation and take that deal through than the competitors who they don't recognize or trust to some level. Test out your videos by posting organically, or vice versa. You could use a bunch of ads to see which ones are the best engagement, best view through rate, best click through rate, and use that organically and keep testing out which ones work. Keep testing different components of the video, the opening hook, keep testing out different formats, subtitles, styles, whatever fits naturally with you and whatever provides results for your business. Don't overcomplicate it. It could be you might nail a strong script, more of which later, or you could just be talking through some stories, testimonials, case studies, or your process, a new offer, and that can resonate and can work well. If you're really struggling with what to say on a video, comment below, because we've got different packages around video editing and video scripting to make sure that your content pops out on the timeline and actually gets ads that convert, as well as capturing people's attention. Tip number 3 is hooks. Closely related to the previous one around videos, but you want to make sure that the opening line of your copy, the opening 2 seconds and thumbnail of your video actually stop people from scrolling. Because it's all well and good if right at the bottom or the end of the video, end of the paragraph, you have an amazing offer, a great bit of copywriting, really persuasive language, but it doesn't really mean anything if no one's going to stop scrolling in the first place to even look at it. This is why hooks are so important in social media advertising, social media content. A really good tip around this is make it super specific to the job role you are speaking to and their problems, their issues, and it will jump out the page already because they know it's specifically tailored to them. Also, another good thing this does is sort of excludes the people that it isn't right for and that you don't want to reach anyway. In your ads, hooks are a great thing and a great variable to test. You could test 3-4 different hooks versus each other, different styles of video openings, different sort of effects, or even just simply different like titles and overlays on the video to see which one stops you from scrolling best. The next tip is to use social proof in your advertising. Social proof is just a psychological phenomena. Basically, you know, when you're going on Amazon or Google Maps looking for a restaurant, you're more likely to choose and trust the ones with lots of 5-star reviews, the ones that are best referred and best recommended from other people. To make that work in your advertising, it could be as simple as just saying we've got this many 5-star Trustpilot reviews and showing that, or it could actually be specific testimonials, specific emails back you've had from people, from happy clients, your results, your testimonials, and even just like the number and volume of clients and businesses you've helped in that industry, and showing If you can, and this is really powerful, showing like the improvements of X to Y in terms of real revenue and profit that you've helped make to the business, because that's ultimately what they want to do. Other ways you can do this is reducing time and improving efficiency, reducing ball ache and bottlenecks. But ultimately, people want to see two types of social proof. That's just trust in terms of you've done this before and you've done it multiple times over, so it's not a risk working with you. And two, you've got someone like them, the result they want, and they can see a person that has actually been through the steps and can tell the tale of, yeah, I worked with this company, it went really well for us, here's what we're doing now. We were like you, we were doing XYZ, I was struggling with XYZ. Now we've fixed that problem and here's what life is like now, here's what the business is doing now, because they want to see themselves going through that journey and your product or service can take them there. This next one is really important. It's irresistible offers that people cannot say no to. So whether this be a freebie, whether this be a discount, whether this be an opportunity to attend something, whether this be a free download, you want to make it really easy for the person on the other end of the screen to basically go, yeah, I will click that. Yeah, I will fill in my details. Yeah, I will fill out a contact form and talk to these people, because it is a no-brainer offer what they're telling me they can do, whether that be a guarantee of delivery, whether that be a guarantee of results, whether that be once-off promotions, or simply it might be like added value on top of what you would traditionally get from your company. The other important thing about these irresistible offers is make it really clear and simple. Make it idiot-proof to understand, one, what that offer entails and how they redeem it, how they actually go through that process. You don't want to be overcomplicating things with saying like, oh, if you buy this thing, you get X% off, but if you do this, this, and this, we might give you X% off or one free, and overcomplicating it. Keep it simple so stupid people can understand it and that they can understand it at a glance and then know what they need to do to take you up on that offer. Next tip is optimize your landing pages. Landing pages is where someone lands after they click through an ad. So many businesses ignore this factor of the advertising funnel and the advertising steps and just go, oh, our ads didn't really work. And this is saying even if they nailed the creative, even if they nailed the targeting, they just sit there and go, oh, ads didn't work for us. No, blame it on the platform. No, ads always work. It's just finding the solution to the problem. A lot of times people might have spent extraordinary amounts on ads and they'll be guiding to a bland, boring, or simply dysfunctional website homepage and haven't actually looked at the steps of, right, what can we do to make people convert more often? What can we do to make this a better experience for the user and optimize what happens once someone clicks our ad? If you're spending so much money on advertising to get them to notice your ad and to get them to click, you need to spend equal amounts of dedication, effort, and research and testing on what happens after the click, because otherwise it's a pointless spend. The amount of particularly smaller B2B businesses where sometimes there's just a huge bottleneck in simple things like making the site look good on mobile or even be functional on mobile and easy to use in terms of filling out a form. Also things like the loading speed can massively affect the performance of an advertising campaign, because if someone's maybe not got their best Wi-Fi whilst they're scrolling and clicking, or even just they're out and about, if that page doesn't load, people click off after a second or two. Like, you need to make sure the website's loading speed's good and it's viewable and functional on desktop or mobile. Again, make it clear, make it idiot-proof, make it easy for the person you're targeting to do what you want them to do, whether that be fill out a form, book in a call, view a demo, whatever it might be. For a lot of our clients, we use Instapages, which is basically a flexible landing page builder, and we do this specifically for the purpose of the campaigns. It doesn't build you a whole website, it builds you specific pages that you can A/B test, quick to get up, quick to load, optimize for mobile, and you can get them running for the purposes of a specific campaign. They're really useful for testing things out and basically improving the conversion rate and improving then the results and the return on investment from your advertising. There's a link in the description below of how you can use Instapages and take a look, sign up. I think they've got a free trial, I'm not too sure. But it's a really useful tool we've been using for the past 5 years for our clients. And often it can convert at a better rate than any of the clients' websites or homepages or contact us pages on their website. Tip number 7, this one's really important, is focus on leads and sales, not fluffy metrics. Focus on what actually makes you money, what pays the bills. You have to pay your staff, you have to pay your bills, your vendors, your own taxes with real revenue. You cannot pay it in likes, followers, awareness, reach, or any other engagement metric, which some people just think is the be all and end all of advertising. And ultimately they're the ones who sit there 6 months later and go, oh, I'm not too sure if this is working. Is it vital for our business? No, not if you're focusing on those kind of metrics. Focus on the actual outcomes you want, which ultimately should be to grow your revenue, fill up your pipeline, get more leads in the door. So if you know that's what you're focusing on, that's what you're judging success on, and that's how you're building and optimizing campaigns around those types of metrics. And really important, know your numbers, know your conversion rates, know the time it takes to get from the point of a lead booking a call to closing a deal, know the average value of a lead to your business, know the average deal length and the amount of times they stay with you, know the average customer lifetime value. The better you know these numbers, the more confidently and the more reliably you can predict the success of your advertising campaigns. Because like we know in the B2B sales cycle, we love people who booking a call first time they see an ad, they're straight away ready to go, they're ready to work with you. But the likelihood is there's other stakeholders involved. It's maybe not the top of their priority list all the time, and things can take time. Even if they're really keen to get going, it can take weeks and months before you see fruition. So it's important to know these numbers when you're stacking up and totting up ROI during the campaign, especially during the first 30 to 60 days. You want to be able to confidently predict that the compounding effect of more leads coming into your inbox, what effect will that have in 2, 3, 6 months' time, so that you can safely and stably and confidently grow your business alongside of it so you can deliver on those projects and leads that are coming in. Like for you now watching this video, if you're producing 5 new leads a week pretty reliably and consistently, what does that look like in your business 6 months from now? If you know the compounding effect of 5 new leads every week coming in, that is the power of what advertising can do. And sadly, we often see, particularly with solo founders or entrepreneurs with smaller businesses, is they focus on, I want to get X amount of followers with this ad campaign. Can you do that? What's the point? What's the point? Followers doesn't pay the bills. Followers isn't what you want. You need to focus on leads and sales to make these campaigns work properly. Now, tip number 8 is a really important one, and it's a really simple one that people overlooked, and that's implement your LinkedIn Insight tag properly. What this is, if you didn't know, is LinkedIn Insight tag is basically a little bit of code you put on your website and your landing pages that collects data. This allows you to retarget people that have hit your website and hit different pages of your website, hit your landing pages, and put them into specific audiences. For example, if someone came to your website in the last 90 days but didn't fill out the contact form, you can throw them into a specific audience and create specific adverts for them. The other really important thing this does is measures the results of your campaign properly. Yes, you can measure clicks normally out of LinkedIn ads, but ultimately you want to see the conversions. You want to see what actions people are taking once they click through, because one advert, for example, advert A could have twice the number of clicks as advert B. But if advert B, because of the quality of the persuasion or because of the content within it, is more likely to convert someone, that's the one that should get the attention and the budget. Equally, audience A versus audience B. Audience A might be cheaper to reach and has more clicks, or if audience B is converting more often into a phone call for you, and these phone calls are converting into clients and deals, that is the advertising audience that you should scale. And retargeting is such an easy win for so many B2B businesses, because nobody's viewing your website for a laugh, and LinkedIn retargeting ads or any retargeting ads on any social media platform can massively amplify and improve the results you're getting from all your other marketing and sales strategies. If you're spending on SEO, you should be doing retargeting ads because you're working to get traffic into your website, and not all of it will convert straight away. If you're running Google ads, you should be running retargeting ads on social media because you're paying for someone to come in and click on your Google ad. It's worth putting some more budget in to retarget these people, because you know with a B2B service or product that the value of that client far outweighs the cost it will to get them to click back in. Even if your sales team are going hard on the outreach, or you've recently done any conferences and exhibitions, or you've got some great PR going, every click to that website counts, because not all of them are going to convert, and retargeting is the lowest hanging fruit and can be such an easy win for a B2B company that has a good level of traffic. Building on this for the next tip around creating focused retargeting campaigns. I've just said in the last bit around how retargeting can be so useful to a B2B service or business and how it shouldn't be ignored. It can be an easy win. But the next level of that is make specific focused retargeting campaigns, whether it be, like I mentioned earlier, creating a specific retargeting audience of someone who visited your case studies page but hasn't booked in a call. Someone who visited your Contact Us page in the last 90 days, but again, hasn't booked a call. Someone who's visited more than 3 pages on your website that hasn't visited the Contact Us form. right? All these different variables you can create, and I'm sure you can get creative with the types of customer that you know is probably quite close to maybe getting in contact with you. They just need a bit of a nudge. And this is why retargeting audiences can be so powerful when you get specific with it, when you have enough traffic. Another really cool thing about this is if you know the specific audiences and the behavior and actions they've taken on your website or haven't taken yet, you can create specific ads around that. For instance, you can be quite upfront with saying, look, I know you've checked out our business. I know you're interested in these sorts of services. And I know you've seen our great case studies on X, Y, and Z. But why haven't you booked in a call yet? If we book in a call, these are the steps we're going to go through. This is how we can help your business. Don't wait, don't delay it any further. And just as an added bonus, we'll throw in XYZ for you exclusively. Click below to book in that call. That can work really, really well for those people that are on the fence. And in all likelihood, if they come to your website organically, they're probably weighing you up against 3, 4, 5 other service providers they found on the first page of Google. They put it on to-do list to decide on X vendor for whatever you sell. And if you're the one company who's going out there retargeting, make it easy, breeding that trust, breeding that familiarity, and like I say, making it really easy for them to click, convert, book in a call with you, you're much, much, much more likely to win that business over those competitors. Right, second to last tip now. Tip number 10 is build and upload company lists. LinkedIn has this really cool feature because it knows your work history, it knows who you're working for, it can tie that to companies that are present on the platform, right, which no other company can do really. You can upload lists of companies and go, I want to target people that work at these companies. So for instance, you could export the list of all the companies in your CRM list, your Salesforce, your HubSpot, even if it's just an Excel or Google sheet of the companies you're trying to get in touch with and target, you could upload that into LinkedIn and create an audience out of those companies. Amazing, right? Because it just amplifies your outreach by 10, 100 times because it's always on, always going after them. One client we work with, we do this a lot, is we export lists of their current customer database, current and previous lapsed customers. And we promote to those specific lapsed customers or previous customers exclusive offers that are only open to them. Really simple, really quick, and really, really effective. There'll be a link to the video of how to do this and how to upload company lists. The best practice is if you've got the URL of the company website. That's what we found tends to match up best in LinkedIn. And also if you've got an audience of roughly, I'd say minimum 300 to 400 companies, and it works efficiently. Right, tip number 11, the final tip in this video, sort of combines quite a lot of the things I've been talking around, and that's layering up your audiences. So by layering up, I mean basically narrowing down and making it more specific to the needs of your campaign. Like I mentioned in the last point was using and uploading company lists. Well, then if you take your company lists and that job title and job role targeting I talked about in the first tip, and you combine those things together, that's a really, really powerful audience for your campaign. I've talked about implementing your insight tag so you can track and retarget your audiences that have visited and engaged with your website. What you can also do is exclude people that have visited from your website already, or exclude people that have already booked in a call, exclude people that have downloaded that latest white paper and PDF of yours. So you're basically excluding the people that you want to speak to for the different purposes of the campaigns. You can also, which is very important, to do and/or targeting. So you can go, right, I want someone who fits these things. It goes, I want them to be in this list of companies. I want them to have these job roles, and to be interested in this, and to have taken these actions on our website, right? That creates a very narrow, very specific audience. Sometimes those narrow, specific audiences are really expensive, but they can be really, really worth it. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that's helped. I hope you can implement some of these tips to get more results from your LinkedIn ad campaigns. If you're watching this and you're still struggling with LinkedIn ads, or you're not sure about how to start up a campaign, or you simply don't have the time, there will be a link below to click in and book a call with me. My agency, Evergreen Growth and Marketing, for the past 5.5 years, day in, day out, we've been managing paid social media advertising campaigns for B2B clients. Typically, these are boring B2B businesses, but we get them exciting results, right? We get more leads in the door, and we get these leads for you more often. If you're interested in that and you want to work together, like I say, there's a link below to booking the call. And if you think our work is crap after the first 30 days, we will give you your money back. So can't say further than that. Thanks for watching this video. Subscribe, like, all that good stuff. And I'm sure there's plenty of other videos that I've created before that can help you with your B2B advertising. Cheers. Bye.